Hi guys, welcome to day 280 or 279. It's one of the two of Project 365. So today, I decided what I was going to do is talk about some basic terminology and ideas that we find in acting. As most of you may know, I am a theater arts major at the moment, planning to be a performance major at some point in time. And so because of that, I'm learning a lot of shit very quickly. Although a lot of this stuff is stuff that I've learned throughout my course of being an actor in high school. Um, so I actually want to go through and lay out some basic terms and basic ideas that you sort of pick up along the way. Some of them are really easy and simple and can be understood in the name, and then other ones are slightly more complex. Okay, so basically, um, a basic idea that's accepted is that there's two forms of acting. There is presentational and representational. Now, presentational is when you take the character and you present it as if you base all of the character's ideas and experiences off of things that you felt. Representational acting is when you sort of take the character and you put forth these cliched ideas of these emotions. And yeah, sure, if you do the job effectively, then people will believe it and they'll get a reaction out of it. But I think that it's when you truly become that presentational, taking the essence of you and putting it forth into this character, that's when you get the true raw emotion to come out from an audience. Um, so then some technical aspects aligned with these two. Basically, as an actor, you want to create as much knowledge as you can about your character. There's essentially 9 questions you should always ask yourself when going into a scene or going into a monologue or anything like that. And these are typically questions that you're sort of taught to ask yourself. And the questions go along the lines of 1, who am I? 2, where am I? 3, what is the setting? 4, what time is it? 5, what are the objects around me? 6, what are my relationships to the things around me and to the people around me? 7, what do I want? 8, what do I get to get? What do I do to get what I want? And then and then 9 are what are the given circumstances? Is it cold? Is it late at night? Are you tired? Did you just get back from running? Um, did you just have a long flight? Things like these are given circumstances. And these typically help you establish basic knowledge, and above all else, if you answer these 9 questions, odds are you'll do a better job with a character than someone who just tries to present this character without having taken the time to answer these questions fully and efficiently. And then when you get onto staging, there's two big things that are really important. One, make sure that you can be heard. Projection is a huge thing in theater. You need to make sure that uh, always talk to the back row is sort of this mentality is you want to talk loud enough and clear enough that everyone in the audience will hear you all the way to the back row. The second thing, I mean, there's tons of other things, but these are the most important things. Actually, I guess I should say three. There's three important things, really. And that's projection. Then the second one is to make sure your gestures are grand and large. While certain small gestures do work, you definitely want to be grandiose in the way you are on stage. This just is to make sure that the effect is more noticeable, or the action is more noticeable. If you only half do an action, then it doesn't really feel as real. And then the other thing is, like, even if in real life you would do the action and it feels full to you, on stage it doesn't look like that. So always keep that in mind. And then the third thing is never force emotions or never work off of the cliches of emotions. When you're on stage, you don't play an emotion. You let the emotion come naturally as you try to achieve your objective. This is something that I noticed at D-Task when I was judging yesterday that a lot of kids did. And I mean, they're in middle school, so I obviously gave them a break. I did leave a note on their scorecard like, try not to force emotions, let the emotions come naturally. But these are things that newer actors aren't really going to get, but when they are told about it, they sort of learn how to do it naturally. And so I'm hoping that I was the person who taught, or at least acknowledged the idea, because I'm not sure how often teachers in high school talk about things like that, because I don't, my teacher only talked about it like once or twice. Um, but I think those are the big three. Personally, for me, those are the big three. Then the next one would be blocking, which is stage movement, in terms of not gestures, but how you actually move about the space. And then there's also how open are you to the audience and stuff like that. But I just figured I would talk about these things because at D-Task I noticed a lot of kids who didn't really pick these up. And I'm not sure if it's from negligence from the teacher or perhaps they were nervous and it really got to them. But I just figured I would go ahead and talk about them and hope that newer actors could at least sort of pick up on these ideas. I mean, I obviously didn't go in depth. I gave you very basic, very general definitions, but hopefully it helped a little bit. I hope. This is something I'm really passionate about, so I'll always be willing to talk about stuff like this. So my question for you guys today is, what type of acting have you done before? I'm actually really curious. I think I've asked a similar question to this, but I'll go ahead and say let's make it drama, as opposed to comedy. So, what type of theatrical drama acting have you done? Let's see. For me, there was Cabaret, although that's a bit of a musical, but my character had a lot of very acting parts as opposed to singing and dancing. Then there's Romeo and Juliet, Our Town, and a few others. Nothing, oh my god, you did that. But still enough to make me feel accomplished. Anyway, so yeah, go ahead and leave that down below. And I'm sorry this is such a long video, but hopefully I inspired or I taught someone something, because otherwise this would have been a waste of time. Anyway, yeah, that's it for today, guys. I don't know why I started whispering. That isn't good projection. But anyway, that's it for today, guys. I'll talk to you cats tomorrow. Bye.